Guys, welcome back to another Project Cars video. This time it's another online race where I take a bit of a risk and use the supercar. I would like to say first off that SLS on the right is a friend of mine. At the time of this race he was in a Formula A, so I don't know how or why he's in a SLS GT3 because he was in a white Formula A. But anyhow, let's get on with this absolute laugh of a race around Hockenheim. I'm the only one in a supercar. I went into the settings, I set it up for more top speed. As you'll see later in the video, I ended up having a drag race with another car. If we go to the first corner, I get smashed out wide and I incur a 5-second speed penalty. And because I'm in the car, everyone just has a laugh and thinks, oh, they're shit, and then you get used as a brake and smashed about. But after playing these in career, using these in career, I quite enjoyed it. As you can see, just because I'm in a car, easy to get out of the way. So I thought, fuck it. As you can see, I thought I would go through that gap, but I thought, fuck it, let's just go on the attack on this 12C. Let's see if I can pit him, because it would have been an absolute laugh. As you can see, not enough weight on it. So I thought, fuck it, we'll leave it. Powering down, again, I set this up for more top speed. I took off the aero so I could have more top speed. Again, we're hitting the GT3 12C. There goes my friend who was in a Formula A car, but again, like I said, is in an SLS GT3. I don't know how that's happened. As we're powering around now, this supercar is an absolute laugh. As I outbroke him there, but he swooped back on me, which was pretty cool. As cars are going all over the place, because this is light, I had to be careful because I was obviously going to get smashed out of the way. But it's absolute laugh. The key reason why I pick it is because you can fly through the corners quicker than everyone else. As everyone's running wide and going all over the place, we're just powering around. In fact, trying to shunt the GT3 rough round. Now we're on the back of the SLS, made mincemeat of him, and we're up into, I think, P3 or 4 as we complete the first lap. Everyone's going all over the place, and yeah, quite enjoyable this game, especially if you have more than one person in supercars. People think you're a joke, you don't know what you're doing. Why would you pick a supercar? Quite simply because you can fly through the corners a lot quicker, carry more speed through the corners quicker, and it's just so much of a laugh if you overtake people in when they're using proper cars with bigger engines. And you know they're sitting the other side, probably a little bit annoyed and embarrassed that they've just been overtaken by a supercar. I managed, this was in manual gears with a control again. I think this time when I was in this lobby, as you see there, I rid the curb too much with the low ground clearance on this. You just bounce off of everything and anything. But the lobby had no ABS, no traction control, no stability control. I had it in manual gears, so it was a laugh doing this. So every time I go onto every time this option's available to have any car you want, I always pick the supercar because it's just so fun just to overtake people in like 12Cs or Formula A's because they've got their DRS open and they're driving around with their DRS open. And you're sitting there wondering why the hell they drive with their DRS open, which I still don't understand why they do it. But as you can see, I'm just now catching this 12C for P3 as we complete the second lap of Hockenheim GP. He runs wide. Now this is where I put it to top speed. He ran wide and we're having a drag race. So he had good head start going down the pit straight and I out-dragged him coming into the first corner. Try to lift off and go around. Try not to incur a time penalty because that's what happens on that corner if you run too wide and take a bit more of the track. Now we've got a Z4 GT3 all over the place. I thought I'd just stick behind him. Just sit somewhere where he can't see me and then like spring and overtake him and surprise him. As we're going into this tight right, I thought I'd stick here. He brakes early. I brake a tad bit later than him. Going into the corner, I have him under braking, but I ran wide. And I incur not a single time penalty, which is really odd. But as you can see, I left him behind coming into the inner complex of the Nürburgring. Hockenheim, sorry. Nürburgring, I haven't driven that yet, but I'll get round to doing it. Now again, chasing down first place in a supercar. Always laughing every time I overtake someone on this. Just I was in a chat party with friends when I was doing this. They couldn't believe how bad the lobby was, or they could have, and I was shocked that I was using a supercar. The guy had to put up practice or warm up, and I was 17 seconds faster than the guy that put in a lap time. And he was in, I think, an SLS GT3. I was 17 seconds faster in this than him. As we are going again for another lap, trying to take this GT3. He runs wide. Again, I've got the speed, but he goes off again. So I have first place, which I was chuffed to bits. I was laughing my head off, but I ran wide, got back on. Then the rumble strip pushed me back out. I enter a time penalty, get smashed out the way. Not my fault. Really isn't my fault. Now I'm in second place. Third place with a time penalty just served because this takes a while to build up speed. Here comes the 12C. Now at this point, I was just keeping out the way, but I didn't pay attention that the rumble strips would push me off. Took a bit of damage. Now I'm in fourth place with it all to do. With not a lot of corners left to go to try and recover from this. I thought I'll be happy with fourth place considering there was R18 Le Mans cars. The majority of the field for some reason chose GT3 cars, which is really odd because normally everyone, if they got the chance, would pick a Formula A in an open lobby. But coming into the last couple of corners, thinking I'll be happy with fourth considering I'm in a supercar. Absolute blast to play this, even with a control. The guy, I think, gave up on the left in the sandpit. Coming into the final two corners, he locks up. I'm thinking, should I take him? Can I take him? Coming into the last couple of corners, being all calm, he brakes and turns at the same time, which causes him to run wide. And now I think he thinks he can out-drag me on the straight, but he didn't. So I got third place in a supercar. I was so chuffed to bits that I got this in a supercar. Friends in the chat party at the time I was with couldn't believe that I got third place in with this. But that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.